Good morning, guys. I'm gonna do a paint my nails with me. Someone suggested this video in the comments section. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I have watched Joy from Joyful Beauty's video and I adore her paint my nails with me. And Joy, you need to bring those back because they're so much fun. So what I normally do when I watch Joy's videos is I pull out my polish and I paint my nails with her. So I paint my nails with watching nail polish videos in general because I think they're so much fun. I do have a little marker here because I did a practice run because I'm so bad, guys. I'm so bad at doing these kind of videos with the camera facing down for some reason. I can never, I'm always either out of view, like I'm on the side here doing something, or out of focus. So I put a little marker there with my little Sharpie here. So I did remove my nail polish last night. I had the OPI One Chic Chick. And if you want to see it in action, I am wearing it in my last makeup nail polish basket, like bi-weekly basket, which is a series that I'm picking back up. I used to do it before, and I share what makeup and nail polishes I'll be focusing on the next couple of weeks. So what I did last night is I removed this nail polish with the 100% acetone from Onyx Professionals, and then I didn't want to paint my nails, but I did want to put something over top of it, so I did put on the Gel Envy top coat. Not my favorite top coat, by the way, but last night I just wanted a little extra support because I knew I wasn't going to be painting my nails last night, not until later this morning. I got back not long ago from dropping my kids off from school, and I just wanted to have something on, so I had this on and then removed it with this Onyx Professionals lavender one, which is really awesome. You can tell that I really like it because I didn't want anything too drying. And the oil that I used last night was this Provence Beauty. I bought this one at TJ Maxx, by the way. It's for hair and face. But it has really great oils: grapeseed, rosemary, black cumin, and jojoba, which is awesome for the nails and the cuticles. So I did put this on last night. This morning I removed this and then put on this oil before I went to drop my kids off from school. This I really do enjoy. I just feel like the bottle is really messy. I get greasy just by touching it. I mean, there's oil everywhere on this. The dropper just releases quite a bit, but you know, that's okay. So what I'm gonna do now is just clean the oil off of my nails here because I just got a little extra oil on again. And I'm just gonna use this right here, which is the lavender one from Onyx Professionals. And I'm gonna use this little cotton oval here. And these little ovals are from Beauty 360. These I find at CVS. These are awesome. These are the only things I've been trying to use. I've been trying to finish up the little ones here. Let's see if I can find one, because these are not my favorite. I think they're from this line as well. Maybe not. I think they're from a different line, from the Whispers or one of the Target or Walmart ones. But they release a lot of the little fibers, and I find that these are just awesome. So these have a quilted side and then they have the smooth side here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning my nail from the oil that I put on. So there's no oil on there. Just so that we have a clean nail. Please forgive me if I either get out of focus or out of view here. I don't know. I commend all of you who do live swatch videos because this is a little hard. It's just a little bit tough and stuff. I love watching them. It's just a little bit harder when you're doing it yourself. I have this connected to my computer, my PC, so I can see. I'm using my little London cup here. A friend of mine from a long time ago brought it to me from London. I used to be a collector of the Starbucks cups a long time ago, and this one has a little chip on it, but I keep holding on to it because I really like it. I used to have one from Japan as well. A friend of mine went to visit her family and she brought me, it was a clear teacup that had cherry blossoms on it, which is so pretty. And I'm so heartbroken because I lost it in one of my moves. So I'm drinking chamomile tea right now. I'm gonna be drinking my throat coat later on because I've been a little sick lately. The top coat that I'm going to be using is from Pro Effects, a sticky base coat, which is really nice. I'm just not a fan of the brush. The brush is a little bit too long and thin for me. I feel like I lack control with this. So it's not my favorite for that reason. But I do like it. I just try to remove as much of it as possible because I feel like it tends to flood the cuticles a little bit much. I was thinking about what we could talk about in this video because this is kind of like a get ready with me, a chatty get ready with me, but we're painting our nails together. And I thought in this video I could talk about my perfect imperfections. And by the way, these are things that I'm quite comfortable with now. I love my nails, I love my hands, like I don't have an issue with it. I've learned to accept what I have, what God has given me. But I thought I would share the things that I used to be super insecure of, and even things that I feel being this close to the camera with my hands and stuff like that just feels a little, I don't know, intimidating, just because I don't have super white tips. I don't have, like growing up, I always wanted to have really narrow, curved, thin fingers, thin nails, like the narrow nails. And I always loved staring at ladies that had, I was that creep that stared at people's nails. I was obsessed with it. I just loved, and I wished that I had all of that, you know? And so I was never really a big fan of my nails. And my sister used to have super white tips to where they're opaque. Okay, the tips of her fingers are real, or her nails are really white and opaque. And I always wondered when I was younger why mine were not that opaque. Because mine, you can see, like these right here, they're kind of beige. So this is like the natural color of my tip here. This nail doesn't have as much staining as some of the other ones. Like this one and this one get the most staining for some reason. Like all these three right here get the most staining. I mean, my other nails have staining as well, but not as much as my thumbs and my index and my middle finger, I feel like. But anyways, I always asked my sister how the heck she got the tips so white. And she said, I'm always cleaning them with my nails. I'm constantly cleaning them. And so I started doing it, and it just never worked for me. But growing up, my tips of my nails were never like that. So they were never going to be white because that's just what I was given. And of course now I just have a ton of staining combined with that, but I've just learned to live with it. I've learned to just be okay with it. It's not a big deal. All right, so once I'm done with my second hand with the sticky base, this hand is already ready and dry for me to apply. I'm gonna go in with Purple with a Purpose from OPI, which is an awesome polish, by the way. It's a 2-coater, great formula, great color. I just love it. And I always, for some reason, start off with my ring finger. I don't know why that is. Is there a nail that you guys start off with when you paint your nails? Because for me, it's always my ring finger. I don't know why. And it's always this hand too. I don't know if I do my other hand, if I start off with my ring finger on my other hand. I don't remember now. Because I just kind of automatically do things. So when I paint my nails, and I mentioned it in a Manny's video a long time ago, I always start away from the cuticle and then I push the polish closer. I feel like it gives me more control. And I like taking my time when I apply my first layer here because I hate cleanup, guys. I hate it with a passion. It is my least favorite thing to do. So I always take my times when I paint my nails. I like taking my time right there. I just kind of went in on it. I like taking my time because I hate cleaning up, but I always use my thumb fingers to clean up because I don't want to have to go in with acetone. I don't know, there's just something about it that's just such a drag to me. And this hand takes a little bit longer because it's my non-dominant hand. And I get very shaky, but same, you know, same concept here. I start away from my cuticle, and I guess I start with my pinky on this hand, not my ring finger. Well, anyways, let me know down below what things you were mostly insecure about your nails growing up. For me, I think it's a little bit intimidating as well because I have eczema on my hands. So from afar, you guys can't see it, but I don't know if you can see here. I have this ring right here, which some point a long time ago, by the way. I thought it was ringworm. Went to a dermatologist, was freaking out. I already had eczema on my hands, by the way, but went to my dermatologist. I was like, why do I have ringworm on my hands? And he's like, honey, it's not ringworm, it's eczema. It's just I'm like, what? I already have eczema. I've had eczema on my hands forever, and I've never had this kind of eczema. And he says, well, I guess it's time for you to have this kind of eczema. I was like, that's awesome. I'm just so blessed. So I have these little rings here that have little dry patches and they get itchy. I have these little white bumps here. So I have quite a bit of discoloration on my hands. And this one right here, I tend to get them mainly in this one not so much sometimes, but mainly my middle, my index, and my thumb is where I normally get the eczema. I used to get the eczema that used to get in between my fingers, and I used to get a lot of splitting, bleeding. It was really painful, but I swear by the Eucerin Eczema Relief, that thing has been a savior to me because it has prevented from it getting that bad, especially in the last couple of years. I love it. I swear by it. Even the regular eczema moisturizers are just amazing in general. I love them for the body because I get eczema on my body too. Which is, you know, I've just learned to live with it. So I have quite a bit of discoloration on my fingers, and which is not something that I like. Another thing that I want to point out, I don't know if you guys could notice, but my index finger is always darker than the rest of my fingers. Which I think is funny. And by the way, I leave my thumb fingers last because I like using my thumb fingers to clean up the rest of my nails. And usually the way that I paint my thumbs is at the end here. I'm holding, you see my finger here at the end, right here. I normally paint my nails, I don't normally paint my nails here. This is just where I can get the best setup for it. But I normally paint my nails at my coffee table or my island, and I paint my nails at night. I never really, well, I do sometimes, but rarely paint my nails during the day, just because it is my alone time and my personal time, and I don't know, I just feel like it gives me the time to do something that I enjoy, where I don't have children or dogs running around, and I don't have to do anything at all. Oops, I already painted that. Going in with my second coat here. So usually you guys will see my other rings on my fingers. Right now I'm only wearing these two. These two rings right here are the only ones I never remove. I used to have a silver one that I never removed either, but I think I lost it when I went to Texas. But these two, never remove these. I bought a gold one for my middle finger because I lost my silver one. And usually I take that one off, I take my wedding band off, I take my heart ring off, with my sister bought me, by the way, which is by a jewelry store. I think they're only there's like shops in Texas. And which you guys have complimented me on. I'll try to leave the seller down below. I think I still have the box from when she gave it to me. And my wedding band, and I rarely wear my wedding band, guys. I will wear it sometimes, but my husband and I really don't wear our bands for some reason. I don't know why. It's just whatever. It's not a big deal for us. We are planning on renewing them at some point because it's been so long. We have the same wedding band since we got married, and we're going on 19 years married now, which is insane. And but I'm not really a big I don't like really big rings. I have a couple, and I just like rings like this that are really simple and delicate. These are silver, by the way, and this one right here I got in Arizona. And this other one, where the heck did I get this one? I can't even remember. I think I may have gotten, I don't know, I don't remember. It's been so long. But I love silver jewelry a lot. Since I was, I don't know, a teenager. I've always had a ring for my middle finger here. I used to have one in high school, and then one of the boys asked me to show it to him, and he kept it. I don't know why. I don't know why he needed to keep my ring, but whatever. It wasn't even a boyfriend of mine, it was just a guy. And never gave it back. I didn't really mind. So I've always had a ring in my middle finger, and I've always had a ring for my thumb as well. It's just something that I always loved. But I'm a fan of rings. I don't have too many anymore. I have lost quite a few of them. Some turquoise rings, which I'm so heartbroken about. I used to have a moonstone one that was shaped almost like a shell. The silver was shaped like a shell, and I loved it. And I think I was doing some kind of ceviche and cutting things up, and I remove those rings when I'm doing stuff like that. And I must have tossed it with everything, like the trash. And I know I could never find it, and I was really heartbroken about that ring. Going in with the Revlon Color Stay here. Not my favorite top coat, but I did put it in my bi-weekly basket here. And it's alright. It gives me good gloss, not like the gel finish. I think that's the thing that's, you know, why label something a gel finish if it's really not? And, you know, like the out the door gives you that glass look, that gel finish look, to where this one really doesn't. But it's still really decent. Something that I love about the Purple with a Purpose is that each layer doesn't take a really long time to dry. So by the time you're almost done with one hand, this hand is almost completely dry, if not fully dry, which is nice. But, you know, oops, sorry. So anyways, this top coat is alright. It's not my favorite. I bought a bunch of these, I think, at a Big Lots a very long time ago, when they discontinued their base coat. Do you guys remember their base coat? That base coat was really good. I liked it. And so I bought a bunch of the base coats and then bought a bunch of the top coats. And that's how I ended up with so many of these bottles. But I think I'm almost at my last bottle. If not, this is probably my last bottle of this, because I finished quite a few of them. This does take a little bit longer to dry because it's not a fast drying top coat, so I do try to be a little bit careful, which is another reason why I like painting my nails at night, because I feel like at night I don't really have to do anything, you know, but sit and put my feet up and just allow my polish to dry, to where right now during the daytime, like right now, I would be, you know, washing dishes, which is probably something I should be doing, and or running, you know, errands and stuff like that. But it's okay. I still have a little bit of time before I have to pick up my little nuggets from school. If I have little fuss on my nails from, you know, the cotton rounds or cotton ovals or whatever, I don't remove them. I just kind of flatten them out. What is that? Flatten them out with the top coat or the nail polish. I don't know what that is. There's like a little line right there. That's gonna bother me. If I mess up my nails in any way, it irritates me. I take it off and then I start over because I cannot stand it. I don't know what that is. I need my nails to look completely smooth. I'm really anal when it comes to stuff like that. And thankfully, I didn't do too bad to where I feel like I need to do any kind of cleanup. All right, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the oil here. This is really messy. I try to get whatever's on the little dropper there and then just massage it on my hands here. Because my nails are still a little damp here. My nails are a little wet still. I'm just gonna try to get it as close as I can. Some of my nails are not shaped, like this one right here broke. So because I'm trying to let my nails grow a little bit more, this one's curved here a little bit in. So is this one right here. But I don't want to cut my nails down again. I'm trying to let them grow, and it's just been a bit of a challenge lately. So I've just been trying to take care of them and take care of my cuticles, but you know, that takes time also. So I think I'm gonna end this video now. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.